This is a short video to explain how to remove a stuck water pump out of a 2004 to 2006 Volkswagen transporter with an AXD engine in it. It's a 2.5 litre turbo diesel. Now normally the water pump doesn't look like this. The way you're supposed to remove the water pump originally is this shaft sits in the center of the water pump while spinning the impeller at the back. Now what normally happens when they've been stuck in there, like this case, for quite a while, the tool you buy, you bolt it onto the side of the block, use these threads to pull it out, but instead of pulling out the whole water pump, it rips the center out. So at first I attempted to remove the water pump housing itself while the engine and transmission was still in the vehicle using a puller, but it wouldn't budge at all, so I had to drop the engine. Just for reference, this is similar puller I tried to use while the engine was in the vehicle, but a lack of clearance and leverage wouldn't allow me to pull out the water pump housing. Once the engine was dropped and out of the vehicle, I started to use the slide hammer. It wouldn't work. I tried to use a few different tools that I made up to get more leverage on it. At one point we had a full drive jack trying to get it out. We had sledgehammers trying to get it out with tools we made, but it just would not budge. And then I proceeded to start to cut into it, figuring that I might be able to cut through the bearing races and then chisel the rest of it out, but that was going to take a very long time and the bearing races are very, very hard. So one last attempt, I went out and bought a 12-pound puller kit and thought I'd give that a go and see what the results were. The slide hammer was better than the old one, but still not heavy enough. The design we used these three claws. We used this adapter which puts the claws together, and when you tighten the thread down on this, it opens up the claws, holding it in place, but the slide hammer wasn't heavy enough. So this was the end result of us trying to get the water pump out after a few afternoons. What we ended up using was this big chunk of steel. It must weigh at least 40 kilos, which we used as the slide on the puller, and within the first 2 or 3 pulls of it, we managed to get the water pump to come loose. We used this nut here just to stop the diameter of this hole of the steel going over this. Once the water pump is out, make sure you get in there, get all the bits of plastic, get all the bits of metal out, get a magnet in there if you have to, because anything left over in there may cause a gallery to be blocked and the engine won't be very happy with that. One last note, the water pump is caked in debris, so what you're going to want to do is get in around this gallery here and make sure you get all of the stuff out of there, all the debris, all the chunked up bits. And when the best way I found is essentially scrape it out, get a vacuum cleaner and get it all out. Get a vacuum cleaner down the back there too, because any leftover bits, it's not going to be good in the engine. Thanks for watching.